Hello. I'm back. Let me drop some words around. People know that I'm back and I'm live. Back again for the very fourth time. So today, what we're going to drink some moli hua cha. I think that was right. We're going to drink some jasmine tea, and we're going to talk about where the hell I've been for the last, God, at least a month, going on 2. I've been gone, and a lot of stuff has happened. Not a lot of tea stuff, but a lot of life stuff that has gotten in the way of tea stuff. So I want to catch a lot of you guys up because it has affected a lot of the orders you put in. So I want to just catch you up all on that. But like I mentioned, we are also going to be drinking Johnny. We're going to be drinking some jasmine tea. Jasmine tea is actually not something I've had the basics of jasmine tea. So I've had I think the best jasmine tea I've had is like Honey and Sons. So, they got some good teas, but definitely, it comes in little packets. I'm slightly disappointed actually. But not by any means like real jasmine tea. And this was just a complete fucking impulse buy. Smells like jasmine tea. Maybe I should just do the guy one. How many is in a gram? What's this? 3 grams. Fuck it, let's do 6. Usually I do 4 for green. I'm gonna brew it like a green tea, because it is a green tea. And I also think that that's gonna do really well for the jasmine. When I've played with scented teas before, I've always kind of had this thing of okay, what's the best way to get the most out of the scented, the flowers or whatever. I had a lot of trouble with that when I was doing the osmanthus red tea. This one has little petals in it. Once again, I don't really know what I'm looking for. I don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't really know what's the smell of the real stuff or the artificial flavoring. But yeah. So where the hell have I been? It's been nuts. It's been nuts on my side. Just it's really come down to just jobs, problems with jobs. So for those who don't know, I teach English. I'm an English teacher. This is how I pay the bills, and this is how I get my visa. And that's really the big thing about it. Because as much as I would love to just be able to live in China and just do tea, I need a visa. I need a work visa. So I teach English, as most people who live in China do. That or they're married are the 2 common ways. So so my contract ended at Huangshan, and there was a long time where I didn't really know where I was going. I was waiting for documents to come through, and I was in Huangshan kind of doing nothing for a month or 2. And then I went down to Fujian. And while I really enjoyed being in Fujian and right next to Wuishan, that job was a mess. Basically, that boss hired me, and first of all, he made promises he never intended keeping. He told me that the apartment would be good for dogs. It was not good for dogs. In the 4 months that I lived in Fujian, I moved 3 times, because each time I was told the apartment was okay for dogs, and then I was told no dogs. And while this was going on, I was not working, because my boss also told me, my boss just never found classes for me. He hired a new teacher without having classes ready. So there was a long time where I wasn't making any income, I was making very little income. It was a mess. It was a mess. And then after a while, I was like, fuck that. I was like, Fujian's not working, Nanping's not working. After I got asked to leave the 3rd apartment, I was just like, this is not getting better. This is only getting worse. So I came up to Yangzhou. That's where I am now. Now I'm in Yangzhou. Probably going to spend about a year in Yangzhou, just get my finances together, and then go somewhere else. I do have to sadly mention that New has died. New, the famous snoring bulldog, passed away about almost a month ago. She got a heat stroke. Dogs with that flat face do not do well in the heat, and it is very, very hot here. So she passed away, and that was very painful. I still miss her. Pumpkin, come here. You take off the leash. Pumpkin. Oh, shoot. I'm sitting on a tire. Don't ask. All right. So, yeah. But now I am in. Okay. Now I am. That's a terrible pour. This is not going to go well. I'm very afraid for this already. I'm very afraid for just like all the Jasmine to come out in the front and to not really be in the later steeps, and therefore to not have a balanced flavor throughout the steeps. To pack a whole lot of punch in the beginning and then not really be able to follow it up. So now I'm in Yangzhou. I am working on getting the Yancha boxes out. So a lot of things had to be put on hold. The Yancha boxes had to be put on hold just because, and shipping had to be put on hold just because there was a long time where I didn't know where I was going to be shipping from. I think a lot of the Maofeng, I had that problem. Like I was trying to order Maofeng, but I kept getting kicked out of apartments. And I was like, am I going to be in this apartment in 2 weeks? And then there's finance stuff. I just couldn't afford to ship out a bunch of boxes. But I have gotten my first paycheck. And I have to pay back some people and settle some stuff. So I'm not really fully up to speed, but we're getting there. And the Yancha boxes, I am putting in orders. I'm putting in orders and I'm going to get those out. Yancha boxes are not going to be available anymore, though. I mean, it's not. I have enough contacts and I know enough people to finish people's subscriptions. So for those of you who have 4 more months on your subscription, I can put together 4, 5, 6 boxes. Yancha, a Da Hong Pao box, a Chui Shi box, a Qilan box, a rare teas box is one I'm looking at. But I'm not. But I don't feel comfortable taking on new people. That being said, living in an area that's not so focused on tea is giving me a very, very interesting opportunity to not focus on one tea. This is very hot. It's very hot, but yummy, but hot. All right. Oh, wow. So for example, I'm not focused on finding the best yanchas. I can now kind of play around. I can shoot down to Wuishan. I can shoot over to Hangzhou. I can go back to Huangshan, go to Hefei, kind of hit that the Qishan area, the Guapian area. And so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing mystery boxes. I'm going to play more with the mystery boxes, and not even just there's going to be more mystery boxes, which is kind of little odds and ends of teas that I've slowly collected in my own searches. So like this Jasmine tea is going to be in one of the boxes. But I'm playing with the ideas, and I'm going to start doing my next big project. The next big thing coming to the website is I guess we'll call them experience boxes. And if anybody is an MF Doom fan, and you guys saw years ago, MF Doom did a mystery box. And that's the kind of feel I want to get, where the box is, first of all, going to be limited in number, so only maybe 10. And then, but the bargain is going to be a little more expensive. But in the box, you're not just getting teas. You're getting teas, but then you're getting things that would add to the tea. For example, you might get a book, you might get some music. Like, okay, you might get like a cassette or a DVD or an audio. Like, okay, drink this tea and listen to this. Drink this tea and here's a shit about this tea. So that's actually where I'm going next. It's nice. It's nice. It is there's a bit of dryness. There's a really nice floralness. It doesn't taste fake, but once again, I don't know what fake tastes like. But yeah. Once again, I've never really had a lot of jasmine. So I don't really know what jasmine should taste like. I also, I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know anything about jasmine. I know the basics of jasmine, like the 9 stamp idea. But this one says it's from Sichuan. I also don't even know the famous location for jasmine. But this is nice. I like it. When it's nice. I was thinking about this the other day because I just got this craving for floral teas and almost like flavored teas, like added berries and shit. Just especially right now, it's super hot. Like you guys can't see, but I'm dripping in sweat right now. Unfortunately, the only room. By the way, I'm in a house. I have a house now. I have a 2-floor house. So I'm sweat. Lots of room for the dogs. You can see Pumpkin though; it's very, very hot. Yes, you can see why New did not. Yeah. Anyway, that's another conversation. What they're saying? Yes, I just got this like I saw this on Taobao. I was just flipping through Taobao randomly, not even looking for teas. I was just flipping through Taobao randomly, and I saw jasmine tea, and I think it's from the same seller who he sells a couple different types of tea, Chimins and this and that. And the Chimin he got is actually pretty good. And so I was like, screw it, let me get a jasmine. And then I was just like, I was really excited for this jasmine to come. Because it's hot and I don't really feel like picking apart flavors or even like thinking about the flavor. Right now, like I'll drink a silver needle and I almost can't appreciate it because especially when you're drinking by yourself, it's too hot to just sit there and just sip, sip, sip. Once again, because my downstairs has no AC. So you sit there for a little bit and you're just like, oh my God, get me out of here. So here's the second steep. So let's see. So definitely there's more green tea. I can just see the more green tea-ness. But yeah, so interestingly enough, let's go back to Yensha for a second. Because Yensha, but also like Yensha, but then also like Huangshan teas are still so open for me. Like I remember the other day I was having tea with Derek from One River Tea, who is also here in Yangzhou. He's the one who helped me get to this school, and we're having tea. We're drinking a Yensha, one of the ones I picked up, and I kind of started talking about we kind of started talking about Yensha, and I was kind of explaining some stuff about the tea, And then just like, I remember halfway through, I just got this feeling of just like, there is so much I don't know. There is so much I don't know about Yensha. Like, it was cool to be in Fujian even for that short time because in the I think it was there 3 months, 3 or 4 months. In the 3 or 4 months that I was there, so I was in Jianyang, which is next to Fujian. In the 3 or 4 months that I was there, I went to Wuishan 4 to 6 times, easily 4 times, probably closer to 6. And I just drank so much and learned so much. But I also, and I wrote this in the article, I learned how much I don't know. I learned so much. And so now when I talk about Yensha, I'm just like, there's so much I don't know. Like, there's just a whole nother world. Like when you say light roast, medium roast, heavy roast, like that's not even the beginning of it. Like you can't go into a shop and go, let me get a heavy roast, and they go, okay. They're gonna go, yeah, I need some more information. So whoa, that got bitter. Okay, I don't think jasmine tea is supposed to be brewed like. I don't think it's supposed to be brewed in the way I brewed it. That got bitter. You know, that jasmine's gone. What we're looking at is just a strong, a strong green tea, like a strong kind of lower quality green tea. You know, the type that you use for a base of jasmine. But yeah, this is not the way to brew jasmine. Teapot maybe, Gaiwan I'll take maybe, but not in the way that I did it. Not in the double gong deadlight style. Or at least not this one. So I am going to keep going back to Wuishan. I am by no means done with Wuishan. I'm by no means done with Huangshan either. You know, I just started scratching the surface of Qimen. I didn't even scratch the surface of Houhui. You know, and you know, so I'm going to be in Yangzhou for about a year. And when that year is up, I'm kicking around ideas of where to go next. But depending on where I am in a year, I might message some of the Huangshan people again and see if I can go back there, actually. Which is funny that I'm even saying that, but like toward the end, I kind of found a groove and I kind of started to get around and meet the people and do what I wanted to do. So we'll see. That's a year away. So much can happen from then and now. Now to then. I'm being a champ and I'm drinking this tea, but oh man, is it rough. It's rough, but it's also nice to have a tea, a new tea. You know, I've been drinking, I mean, yes, I've gone to Yensha and I've done the Yensha. Like, this is the first time that I've bought tea just for myself. Like, no intentions on even putting on, like, no intentions of putting on the website, not even like just tasting it for myself, just for kind of shits and giggles, in easily 8 months, 9 months, about 8 or 9. It's been about 9 months since I just last bought a tea, like just for myself. Because since about December is when I started getting careful with my money, and so all the teas I've bought there have been possibly for the website, possibly for the website. I'm just gonna kill that. Oh man. I also just I like trying new teas, and that's what's been hard recently. You know, I have good teas, but I've drank so much of my teas. Basically, all I have left are the Maofangs and white teas. The Chimens are gone. The Yenshas, even the Yenshas are running pretty low. Though I sent a lot of those out. It's basically just white teas because white teas is what I buy in bulk and I bought a lot of. Ooh. Yeah, that felt good. I keep wiping off the sweat. I'm gonna look into Jasmine. You know, eventually, I am gonna get down to that Chengdu area. You know, that's kind of the Chengdu, maybe Hebei. I think that's Hebei. Guizhou, maybe. I think I'll go to Guizhou more for the wilderness and for dog stuff, but being able to definitely do dog tea over there. And that's going to be part of it. But oh, it's just so much sweat. Oh my God. Oh. Cool. So I'm going to finish this by myself. But yeah, so that's what's been happening in the last few months. You know, just things falling through, things, you know, me setting something up and then it not happening, or like it collapsing at the last minute, or me getting kicked out of this place, or there was a visa problems, like my passport got damaged, and so I had to. That was the whole thing. I have lost cups in all. I have lost a lot of things. Because just like every time you move, you forget that one thing, or that one thing gets left behind. Especially in the first Fujini's apartment, they cleaned up the apartment before I got to take out some of my last stuff. So I think I lost like my favorite teacups, and I think I forgot some stuff in Huangshan. With my next free time, my next opportunity, I'm going back to Huangshan. See if I can get Derek to come down with me. Because people gotta show more love to Huangshan. Like, I don't think in the tea world, Huangshan gets enough love. So I gotta take you people down there. I gotta show you what's good, show you where the good stuff is at. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so Instagram I can't really download Instagram right now because my phone's, I can't download Instagram right now. I'm gonna keep trying to do that. I just need to find the file because I can't download it off Google Play. So I just have to find the APK. Then I'll download Instagram and then maybe I'll get back on Instagram. If not, I don't think, there's not a lot going on tea-wise right now. Because I'm still laying pretty low. I'm getting out right now I'm getting out the orders that I owe people, the Yensha subscription box, basically. But shipping is still on hiatus. Because it's gonna be a month or two before I'm like back. But yeah, but I am planning, hope that works. Yeah, October, I want to go to Anxi. I want to go to Anxi. Have not been to Anxi in a long time. Anxi in October, for the first week in October for that harvest. I gotta scale that then. Maybe that might, no. I might miss that. Depends on some stuff. Otherwise, Huangshan is going to be the next trip. And yeah, it's good to see you guys.